It says excellent connection, but it's also just like the loady circle. What's going on your end, everyone? Okay. Okay, so you can see what's going on here. For whatever reason, my YouTube studio window is not showing me what is going on here. But if you can see it, that's all that matters. Okay, keep me posted. I will keep my eye on the chat. Thank you very much for your patience. I appreciate it so much. Immediately starts to buffer. I mean, heaps better though. That's a good sign. I changed the frame rate. I made it 25 frames per second. Okay, mine is just what I can see on my YouTube screen. It's just my arm over here because I was on my computer, and then that's it. Okay, let's just roll with it and see how we go. Hopefully things will improve. Let's drink some tea. It'll feel better. Well, bunch of Aussies in the chat, so good morning to those of you. Good evening to those of you for whom it is evening. And that took so long that we probably don't have very many of the Europe contingent today, but that is just fine. Sleep is important. Let's draw in a notebook, shall we? It's so funny. I was telling some clients yesterday about, like, I've been doing less weddings because I've been focusing more on YouTube stuff. And they were like, why? And I was trying to explain to them what I do on the internet. And it's really hard to describe to people who have no idea what it is. It's really funny. Weeklies. I got my stamps. I got my pens. Hi from bed. Hi, Shima. Thank you for being here. It must be kind of late for you. Oh. Oh my goodness, Becca. Becca, that's so generous. Thank you. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. I mean, welcome. Welcome to membership, new friends. I'm very happy to have you. Oh, Becca, you're a sweetheart. Thank you. Okay, my morning's fixed. It's the best now. Let's do some weeklies, because that's what you all came here to see, right? Oh, I was measuring these. Where are we at? 4.5 centimeters across the board. Let's go. Where's my pencil? There it is. The Lozzie88, I really like your username. The highs and lows. You're not wrong. I'm planning to just do this the same somewhat as the previous week because I really liked it. It worked really well. So I'm thinking, I mean, and that was my plan. I'd kind of factored that in when I planned this out. Thank you. I've been trying. Somewhere on my table right now, I have a bit of paper with Lancashire written on it. I don't know where it is. There it is. Because I found it in a book at Stash World, and I was like, let's put it in my, what's it called? My Morris dancing journal, because I have one of those. And one of our dancers is called Lancashire from the northwest side that I'm in. Anyway, that's you, Shima. You're the Lancashire bombshell. It you. Tag yourself. What does my live schedule look like? At the moment, I have our members live stream scheduled for tomorrow morning, Australian time. I don't remember what time, Australian time. But I know Monday live streams are tricky because Jess live streams on Mondays. And so I totally understand if you are also a Jess watcher. What time did I make it? 8 a.m. What's a Morris dancing journal? Here's one I prepared earlier. So, I think gifted memberships require a quick jiggle. What does that mean? This is my Morris dancing journal. in it, I write the name of the dance, the tradition and town that it's from, and then like the form of the dance, because Morris dancing is very fluid, and anything that I need to remember about it, because I was having trouble remembering things about the dances. So I started writing them down. And then the other side, which is purple, is over here. So Lancashire Bombshell will go... Have I not got a page for it? There's one in here somewhere. A quick jiggle like a happy dance. Oh, well, I can do that. Goodness me. Goodness me. So what I'm thinking, I thought I might stamp first, then add the lines so that I'm not stamping over lines, because these are a little sheer. How did I do it last time? Just from where the dots start. Okay. I'm kind of thinking, because I don't seem to have gone outside of this space anyway. Also, I did mess these up when I first did it, so I have had to stick paper down because I'd written Monday here and it was not Monday. Yeah, plum boogery is really fun. And yes, Lozzie, I do Morris dance. I'm part of 2 Morris dancing sides. We danced up the sun on the 1st of May. I'm one of those weirdos. And also, yeah, there is Morris dancing in Australia as well, which is kind of fun. I only got into it in like August last year. Good people. The people in my Morris dancing side are very good people. And Plum Boogery is amazing. It's like probably my favorite song. It's actually not a traditional Morris dance. It was made by somebody in America, I do believe. Isn't it such a great word though? Plum Boogery. Plum Boogery. Okay, we'll see how much of this we can get through, because I know that took up a lot of time, me trying to get stuff working. Traditionally, formally, I mean, actually, I think historically there were a lot of women who did it, but when it was revived around about the sometime in the 1800s, obviously at that time there were not a lot of rights for women, so I think they just didn't care. But I do believe there were always women Morris dancers traditionally, and these days we don't really care. There's a side called Boss Morris that I think is mostly women, or exclusively women, and they are so cool. You should look them up. So obviously I did this a little bit more carefully back here because I had drawn out pencil squares for everything. I'm not doing that today, and it has just occurred to me that potentially it would have been smart for me to start from the middle, because these are potentially going to have to try and cross the middle of the page, but we'll see how we go. We'll just have to see. I don't want it to be too sequency though, so I'm going to put another yellow one because I want it to look a bit random. How's your weekend? I'm really interested. How's your weekend? It's soggy a little bit. I am being quite literal when I say I'll be there with bells on. Yeah, that's correct. In fact, there's a photo of me from May Day that is potentially the worst photo of me ever taken. I was taking a lot of photos and videos because I do content for the side, and yeah, I look a bit funny in my kit with my bells on and like my camera harness and 2 cameras hanging off me. I look a little ridiculous. So I had a photo session yesterday that we had to reschedule like 4 or 5 times because of soggy and illness, unfortunately, for my clients, but they're doing all right now. We got our photos done, and then I just like conked out. I couldn't do anything yesterday. Went to a food festival, ran into Jacqueline, who's in the chat, Madam Duke, and then like left really early, came home and had a bath and read a book. That's my weekend so far. And now we're here doing this, attempting to stamp on a Sunday morning. I've got Morris practice later today. And there's a music festival tonight in an inner city suburb that I think a friend and I are going to try to get to. It's like an 80s cover band. Looks like fun. And tomorrow, I'm Morris dancing for May Day a belated May Day thing at an English themed pub on the Gold Coast, sort of. Tambourine. Please, 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 please. Will you work? Ah, look, it's good enough. It'll do. We're starting to get a bit low. A Bath and a Book was amazing. I finally started Caraval, which is very exciting. Okay. Let's do a blue one. She'll be driving 6 cameras when she comes. Honestly, yeah, sounds like something I'd attempt to do. 1 camera for video, 1 camera for photos. Unless it's a wedding, in which case it's just 2 cameras for photos. And in case one breaks, or I drop it, or somebody pushes me into a pool, which is not something that has happened to me, but it's something that happened to my mentor. He was shooting a wedding in Bali and someone was like, how funny would it be to push you into a pool? Oh, did you hear my shoulder crack just then? I'm so sorry, Lozzie. That's really sad. She was stubborn and she was well looked after by the sound of it. And I think that's really lovely that you gave her a little burial. That's really sweet. Okay, I'm feeling much better now that this seems to be going okay, which is funny because on my screen it still hasn't updated to what we're actually doing. It's still showing my arm from like 20 minutes ago, so that's fun. Not a big deal. If it's working, I'm happy. Yeah, the shoulder. I was like, let's turn up the music just a touch. Shoulder mutinies. That's okay. It can do that. We are listening to an artist called Bagel today, whose music I use in videos a lot. I really like it. Fun lo-fi stuff with like a little bit of a Latin influence, which is funny because I think the artist is Korean. Just really fun music. I feel like, is that partially my fault, Becca? You're like, we're moving. I'm going to start a reading journal. It's honestly a great idea though. You're having a good time. You can use some pens. I've been told, I don't actually own any mild liners, but I've heard that they don't work so well. These ones are paint markers, which makes it really easy because, you know, it's paint, so it's got a good kind of consistency. Oh, goodness, I need to cut my nails. Good consistency for this kind of thing. These ones are from ARTISTRO. I think I copied the info for the video into the description for this one. I don't know if you can see a description in a live stream, but it will be there later. You can also use like the Tombow. I just recently had to upgrade them to a really big pencil case because I have too many. The Tombow dual brush pens would work okay. These bad boys. I wouldn't put it, I'd have to clean these first. Otherwise, you know, it's just gonna mix those colors together. Anything that's kind of juicy, I think seems to work pretty well. Although because this is paint, you've got a little bit of working time before it dries down completely, where you can kind of color in a whole larger stamp like this. I don't know if I'd recommend the Tombows for a really big stamp because I feel like it would dry where you started coloring it in before you were ready to stamp it down. Bit of trial and error. A little bit of experimentation required. Pens described as juicy. I've picked that up because I've seen other people use that term for them online. So I'm like, I can't take credit for that one. But you know when you draw with a pen and it feels wet, for lack of a better word? That's when you know it's juicy, which means it would likely work pretty well with a stamp. I think they all work okay with the little letter stamps though, because they're only small. Matte Hop. I'm not familiar with those ones. Tell me more. They do look really beachy and relaxed, don't they? It's funny, oh, look, it's fine. It's okay if they overlap a little bit. We're not going for perfection here. I definitely wasn't setting out to make something beachy. We just ended up there. No, let's do blue. We're going for random today. We're feeling chaotic, clearly. The day requires it. Totally Mediterranean vibes, absolutely. Somebody from Portugal actually commented on the video and was like, I'm from Portugal, and yeah, they do look like Portuguese tiles. And I was like, yay! I didn't get it totally wrong. Cute. It's like, it's kind of time consuming, but I've also done worse, you know, so. Oh, a rainbow for June sounds really cute, Hillary. I love that idea. Send us photos when you do. This is the tricky one. I feel like I need to pick up the book and like backbend it a little bit. Oh, that actually went all right. Yeah. Your phone only just notified you on the live. Maybe it's because it took me so long to get my act together. It's probably got something to do with it. Now, I need your help. Yeah, I totally agree, Becca. It can be really meditative. You just zone out and continue. Do you think we do 2 rows at the bottom? Like this again, like the solid thing? Let's make a poll. There goes my shoulder. That was the other shoulder. Start a poll. Bottom decoration should be 2 rows, like the top, or just 1 row. Start poll. Let's go. I want to know what you think. Every time I say the words I want to know, I start singing that Daniel Bedingfield song. I want to know if you're busy. I want to know if you're doing anything tonight. What a great song. Just catching up on chat. Oh, they're gel pens that dry matte and show up equally on white or black paper. Nice. I always struggle a little bit with gel pens. I feel like they're smudgy, but then I've been avoiding them for so long that it's possible that they've made gel pens a lot better and I just didn't know about it because I avoid them. I actually cleaned these a couple days ago, these stamps, but I think they're stained with the color now because I didn't clean them soon enough, but that's all right. I mean, do I need them, Jack? I don't know if I need them. I'm trying to get rid of stuff at the moment, but thank you very much for the offer. I've been struggling to store things. Too many things and not enough drawers. Cool. How's our poll looking? Just 1 row is in the lead. I can do that. And poll. In the lead by quite a ways. Hi, PokeFan14. I'm doing great. How are you doing? Isn't it nice that it says excellent connection? I'm just gonna pop a little washi under here to... No, it's too tall. Too tall. What about my memory card wallet? That's better. Just right. Okay. Now we don't have any yellow on the edges, so let's fix that. Ooh, nice guitar solo, Bagel. That's such a good idea, Becca. I have really benefited a lot from the Stash World community and the sticker hangs. Being able to take stationery and let people like pick through it and take what they want is really nice, especially because I get quite a bit of my stuff for free. So it's nice to be able to just pass it on. I like that a lot. Like, the giveaways are really fun, but the last time I did a stationery giveaway, the winner was in the US and it cost me about 70 Australian dollars to ship it to them, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this again. Maybe we will do the bottom row in sequence, because the top row will make it look like it's not, because there is other randomness. Yeah, and it all seems to be at the same time, like Marie's just said it would be overwhelming sometimes. Thankfully, you know, sometimes I get to pick if I'm working with a brand, so that's really nice. Sometimes I don't, and that can be overwhelming because I'll get things that I don't always necessarily want. But sometimes it's like when it's coming up on US back to school time and all of the stationery companies want to do a collab, I'm like, ugh. You just gotta pick and choose what you say yes to, I think. I really like the idea of pen pals, but I would be such a bad pen pal. Like, whoever had me as a pen pal would be waiting for my letters for a really long time. I do remember having a pen pal in Japan though in school. That was really fun. Do we care when it doesn't stamp very well? Maybe we don't care. Maybe we don't care. You've had the same pen pal since you were 13? That's awesome, Marie. I love that so much. That's amazing. You like grew up together, doing life together. That's really amazing. Oh, it's just strangers from Reddit. That's awesome. That sounds really fun, Carol. Is there like a specific subreddit for this? Sounds like a fun place to hang out. Excellent. I love it when a plan comes together. This is looking cute. And because we're throwing caution to the wind today and not doing pencil lines first, there is nothing to erase. Cute. Cute. Okay. Now we can do a little bit of pen line. Random acts of cards. That's amazing. If you have joined us a little bit later, I worked out the spacing for these earlier, and there's a tiny little pencil mark. I'm not just jumping in and guessing. I'm not that good. Woo! Now, where is my handy dandy? Oh, this pencil case is coming apart. Love that for us. Is it this one? Are you turquoise? You don't have a sticker on you. I recently acquired a bunch more Pentel brush pens, which is amazing. Yeah, that one. I'm pretty sure that's the same color, but you know. Want to stick to the same one. At the moment, I'm only doing 6 days, but it's going to wrap around. So if I show you the previous page, we started from Wednesday and we went until Monday. So this one is going to go from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then Monday will be over here. So I have spaces for all of the days. I just am not keeping them collated to a spread at the moment, just because I got bored. I felt like doing something different. It's probably not the most logical, but at this point I was like, as long as I have somewhere to write it down, I think it's fine. Ah, we're gonna do stamps, are we? I'd better get them out then. It's like, yeah, let's try something different. Let's see if I can make my brain work a bit harder. So we're starting from Tuesday. Is that correct? Yes. Tuesday. Also, something I really recommend if you're working on your lettering and you're trying to kind of like improve it or whatever, writing out the whole name of every day of the week every time you do it is really good practice. Yeah, I agree, Tempest. The Pentel brush pens are incredible. They're so easy to use. I feel like it's really easy to get the upstroke, downstroke going on. It sort of like instantly improves your lettering just because it's such a nice pen. Not a lot of pens can do that. I actually think the Tombow Fudenosuke's, although I do like them, actively make your handwriting look worse. So you've really got to work for it. Saturday. And it's going to be Monday next. Cool. Oh. Yeah, that's totally what I was going for. At least it's the right letter. It's just formed a bit weird. I got lazy towards the end there. I was like, well, 7th, Tuesday the 7th. So this is not a paint pen. But this is a small stamp and I feel like it's a juicy enough pen to handle it pretty well. Erin needs a new pencil case. Auga. This pencil case is, it was a freebie anyway. I got rid of all the boxes for my pens recently because I felt like they were taking up more room that way. but I don't know if this was necessarily the right choice. But this one, it's a Throne of Glass pencil case that was a freebie with the Celestial Festival, like Starfall Ball thing I went to a couple months ago. But they had a scavenger hunt, and that was one of the things that you could pick up for free along the way. And that was the only part of the scavenger hunt that I did, because it was at the bookshop, and I was like, well, I could go to a bookshop. Some of the other ones were at bars and stuff, and I'm not a big party girl, so I was like, maybe not those ones. So it's okay that it's falling apart. I think it was probably pretty cheap. Monday, Tuesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. Cute. Good reference. Very good reference. What is the 0 doing up there? It's not supposed to be up there. What are you doing? Are you even a 0? Or are you an O? LMN. What's happening here? Oh. Do I? I have a 0. Where is it? Or do I just usually do a capital O? I'm confused. No, everyone's present and accounted for. I'm so confused this morning. I don't know what's going on. It's probably... No, that looks wrong. When we did the numbers on the packets, there was a 0, wasn't there? No, that was a different stamp set. Whatever. Has it been mixed in with something else? Let's not think too hard about it. Because that looks weird. That looks wrong. It's supposed to be narrower than that. Couldn't come up with a Baywatch reference. Oh, totally Tempest. A shoddy Kung Fu font or something. Yeah, it looks very, strokey. What does that mean? Nobody knows. Strawberry jam. Nice. Sounds delicious. Making me hungry. Look at that. We got a spread. And it's ever so slightly more orderly than this one. I actually think I prefer it. Yeah, nice. Let's do one more. It's probably just gonna be the same, but that's okay. I'm in the zone. Speaking of the zone, I could be even more in the zone if I clipped my book open. Cool. Yeah, there should be a 0, right? There it is. It's this one. Because that's A. This must be from the Adventure Journaling Workshop. I think I wasn't the last person to use my stamps, and so potentially whoever used them put them back wherever. I think that's what it is. That's why I was confused, because I was like, they're not where they're meant to be. Oh no. Are they exactly the same? Or are they a little bit different? I'm going to say that this is the 0. NOPQRST. U. Where's my H? There. There we go. As someone who always puts their letters back in a specific way, I was like, it's inconceivable to me that somebody would not. So I'd never even thought to ask people at the workshop to put the stamps back in the right spots. Here we are. Solid row above and 2 on the bottom. I like that idea, Tempest. Let's do it. I like that a lot. One on the top, 2 on the bottom. I'm just too lazy to change up the layout of the pages for the weeklies this time. Because I'm doing the 6 to a page, I feel like I'll confuse myself if I do. Like if I did outside things, then I wouldn't have the same amount of space for each day as I've had previously. And I have been using the journal, which is really nice, because for a while there I wasn't using the journal. Part of that is because I don't really like this journal. I am so excited to start a new one for June. I don't think it's a bad journal by any means, but I will not be buying this one again. And I did buy this one. This was not gifted. Let's do... We didn't do random for the single row last time. That's totally okay, Sarah Beth, because that just means that you missed all of the technical difficulties. I was having some trouble, but we're cooking with gas now, I believe. I think it's going okay. I was so excited to start this journal, Marie. You're right, because I was like, I'm gonna get so good at painting this year because of this journal, and actually, it just made me really scared of it. Yeah, I am bothered by the texture of the paper. Actually, Tempest, you're not wrong. It pisses me off. Jacqueline, that's a thing with the B-grade journal from Stash World, right? It has textured paper as well. Have you used it yet? I want to know what you think, because I think it's going to bother you. Like, it's not even that textured, but it's textured enough that I hate it. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I'm also not going to abandon it. Like, I'm this far through. That's a decent amount of journal used, so I'm not going to give up on it at this point. We've come this far. I have learned things about myself through the process, and that is always valuable. Things like Erin doesn't like textured paper, and Erin doesn't like pressure that she put on herself to watercolor every month. Woo! Lids on pens, generally a good idea. Oh, that's really nice then, Jacqueline, that you're being a guinea pig to see how the collaging goes. Mad respect to the folks at Stash World for trying to find journal options that are affordable for people to buy in Australia. Ooh, throws stamp. Rage! Let's do another green one next, because why the heck not? This pen is confusing me. It looks too similar in my peripheral vision. I just made a video about that actually, Lozzie. Not this week's video that just went up on Friday, but the one before. I actually did a whole deep dive into how this theme came to be. It's usually just inspired by a piece of stationery, like one thing, and then I build the theme around it, but I did a whole this is how I try things out video. I had a good time. So it was the stamps that inspired this one, because I'd just gotten them. Because Jacqueline got me into stamps recently. I mean, I was already somewhat into stamps, but I was like, that's a good way to do an easy theme. And I was looking for ways to cheat at this setup because I told myself I was going to use paint in every theme for the first half of the year. And I didn't have time to do anything really detailed for this month. Like the previous April was, you know, pretty involved with all, oh, that's not, all of this like gouache painting. Took a while. I just didn't have the time to spend on it. So I was like, let's do something that uses paint pens. Yeah, it's funny that YouTube's actually added a feature recently that asks you whether or not you want to send a video out to your subscriber list. And I'm like, isn't that the point of them being subscribed though, is that they see it? I thought that was what it was about. But okay, YouTube, sure. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Sonia. It's not performing very well. Then again, I don't know, YouTube seems to be doing some weird things lately, and a lot of people are seeing some strangenesses in their video performance. It's okay. We'll just try not to think too hard about it. We'll go... I need to drink some tea. It's coming together. This really is, as much as it's time consuming to color in a stamp and stamp it every time, really is that meditative kind of vibe. I have two mini printers actually. Depending on what you're wanting it to do, I have the HP Sprocket, which I should be able to put my hands on pretty easily. Bam! HP Sprocket. It's good for, oh, as far as good. They seem to be hit and miss. Some people have a really good experience with them and some people don't. I bought mine secondhand and I think I just lucked out because it's pretty good. That's what I use for reading journal book covers most of the time, and photos for like that little memory keeping spread that we happened upon over here somewhere. That one, Lookout Festival. Incubus, my favorite band. Have I used them anywhere else? I've got space for more memory keeping here, but I haven't filled it in yet. The other one I have is the PHOMEMO MO2. This one's really good for functional things in your journal. It's only black and white ink from this. Well, it's not ink either, it's thermal. So it only does black and white, but it's really good for if you want to print habit trackers or headings and stuff like that. Make stickers really fast. I haven't used this in a while. I should. I really like it. I just kind of forgot about it. So yeah, good for photos. The other one's good for functional things. And I have a discount code for the PHOMEMO if you're interested. I don't have a discount code for the Sprocket, but I can help you out with the PHOMEMO one. I can't remember what it is, but it's in the description of most of my videos. Oh, you got cat stickers, Tracy. That's awesome. I have some cat stickers too. I'm hoping that I'll get to use them for my reading journal spread for our Page Majors book this month, because it's about a cat who caught a killer and I haven't read it yet. That one. What am I doing? I had been thinking about doing a black and white theme. Yeah, maybe Maybe I will. We'll see. Yeah, thermal like a receipt, so it will potentially fade. They have different grades of paper for the PHOMEMO. Honestly, the sprocket's also thermal, so there's a chance that it will also fade, but I think the integrity on that is maybe a little better. But they have paper from PHOMEMO that's like 20-year, 30-year guaranteed, not fadey. If it's something that you're worried about, you can kind of mitigate that. But yeah, eventually it's gonna fade. But honestly, that doesn't really bother me. Every time I do use it, I get comments from people being like, oh, but that's gonna fade. And I'm like, yeah, but it was good for the month that I needed it for, so it's okay. Black and white June theme, nice. I don't know what my June theme is going to be yet. We're going to work that out in the live stream tomorrow. Actually, I sort of know. I think I sort of know. Members live tomorrow. We're going to do what I did in that May mood boarding video, but members only. Which I need to brush up on my watercolor flowers before we do that. When though? I don't have time. I've taken on too many things, pals. I've done that thing where I've said yes to too many things. I'm just ignoring the dots altogether now, aren't I? Apparently. What dots? Don't know what you mean. Try and bring it back a little bit with this one. Adulting, would not recommend. Yeah, just kind of don't have a choice, hey, especially when you've chosen to work for yourself ×2. I did that to myself. That is nobody's fault but mine. Because I've got 2 family shoots I need to edit. I've got many things, videos I need to edit. I've got a sponsorship section I need to film. I got a wedding coming up. I haven't shot a really long wedding in a while. Not since November. Kitty stickers or florals? Oh, from the Washi tape shop. Are they the, I think I know the ones. I think I have the same kitty stickers. I haven't used them yet, but I think I know the ones you mean. Yeah. I love the Washi tape shop too, and I love London Gifties. I have a Washi tape shop discount code, Erin Smith 10, if you want to ever save some money. That's true, Jack. There is that, and I do. Every time I hear people's co-worker stories or the stuff that their bosses expect from them, I'm like, okay, look, self-employment not so bad. Mild hiatus from full-on journaling, that's a good way to describe it. That's really hard to say. I feel like it used to be very spring and autumn weddings were kind of the seasons, especially like September, which is the beginning of spring for us, is usually a big one. But I made a blog post in like 2016 or something about why winter weddings are great, because honestly, if you look up Brisbane winter temperatures and UK summer temperatures, they're kind of the same. So I made a blog post once about why winter weddings were great in Australia, because you're not sweating. You don't have to like slather yourselves in sunscreen. It's more comfortable for everybody generally, especially if suits are to be worn. And for a couple of years after that, I got a lot of winter weddings. I don't know if that was just SEO coming my way. It was great. I would much rather shoot weddings in winter. But I've actually changed my offerings a little bit. I only offer small weddings and elopements now. Oh, there are some really good makeup artists out there. I tell you what, Jacqueline's just mentioned no makeup would survive a Queensland summer wedding. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. But I don't think that it would work on me because I have oily skin. So I'm like, that said, I once shot an August wedding, which August is the last month of winter for us technically. And it was like 30 degrees. So 30 Celsius. Hey Siri, what's 30 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
The answer is 86 degrees Fahrenheit.
There you go. Winter is a lie here. It's not real. We don't have it. It doesn't really exist. Which is why I whinge about it so much, because I hate summer. I'm not built for it, you know, but all my family is here and all Chris's family is here, so we also don't want to leave the people that we love. So we just go on a lot of cold weather holidays and escape the summer as much as we can. I prefer a little bit of sunshine, Beck, to be honest. I don't totally subscribe to the whole overcast weather is better light. I don't think that's true because it kind of casts shadows under people's eyes, which I'm not into, especially as I age and have darker and darker circles and puffier bags under my eyes. Make them move with you. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? My mum has not even really ever left the country, so I don't know that she would be super keen on moving to another city. She's lived in the same area her whole life, almost 70 years. So I don't know if she'd go for that. Yep, 19 degrees and pouring rain in spring. Was it October, I think? Jacqueline, am I remembering that correctly? I think you've told me. I can't remember. Because it was, I think it was close to Courtney's wedding. I don't blame you, Bianca. The humidity is what gets you. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. But you deal with it. Because you don't have a choice. Okay. Look at that. She's decorated. We're doing the thing. It's happening. Okay, so because I did this earlier, I was lazy and I was just like 4.5 centimeters instead of counting dot grid spaces. So I'm just going to do that again because the dot grid space is 5 millimeters in this book anyway. That was remarkably easy. And then we'll have not quite 2 weeks set up in advance. I'm getting hungry. Gonna have an avocado bagel for breakfast. It is not common at all to get massive spiders in our houses. And to be honest with you, when they do happen, I get excited about it because we get other creepy crawlies. Are you off, Marie? Oh, you're saying bye to Beck, I see. Thanks, Beck, for being here. I hope you're having a good weekend. Yeah, not that common to get the spiders, and when we do get them, I get excited about the spiders because they will take care of the other creepy crawlies and eat them. Oh, go to bed, Bhavna. Good night. Sleep well. All times of day greetings are valid here. And when we do get the big spiders, they're usually huntsmen, and huntsmen aren't gonna hurt you. They're usually kind of fraidy cats themselves, so It's okay. But I do have friends who absolutely hate spiders, so you can be Australian and not be able to cope with spiders as well. That's a combination that is quite common here. That's going to be the 13th and a Monday. Is it definitely Monday? Because last time I wrote Monday and it was wrong. Okay. Cool. We don't have any hiding in the toilets. I think that might be an out bush kind of thing. Not so much a I live in a city kind of thing. Don't think that happens too much around here. There used to be a frog in the toilet at my mum's house when I was a kid that would like just climb up under the seat, and you'd flush the toilet and its leg would pop out and you'd be like, oh, the frog's back. He's not scary. I don't know what he thought he was going to do there, but... Honestly, I'm more scared of the idea of, I don't know, bears. They sound freaking terrifying to me. Like, a kangaroo will attack you if you go near its baby. But that's a pretty good reason. I suppose we have crocodiles, but I don't go swimming. Grows up next to the beach, never goes. I'm changing my lettering style halfway through a page. That's a smart thing to do. There we go. Never more than 6 feet away from a daddy long legs. Yeah, but like... they're not even anything. Do they even count as spiders? Black widows hide in loos and shoes. Oh, Rachel, good morning. Rachel's my reading buddy. I'm gonna convince you to start a reading journal yet. Okay, numbers 13, did we decide? Cool, groovy. These are all going to need a 1 in the front, so I'm just going to do them all at the same time. That seems smart. You have a frog phobia, Rachel. I didn't know that. Okay. I don't know when that will ever come up, but remind me never to show you frog photos. No frogs in stories that we... I don't know. I had a bit of a magpie issue for a while because I was swooped by one when I was a kid on my bike and it was really scary, but my parents feed them now, so I've kind of got over it a bit. They've got the local ones and they've named them all. And once somebody in your family looks after the local like bird population, they all seem to know that you're associated and they leave you alone. The Magpie Network now keeps me safe. $17. Woo! Look at that. 2 weeklies done. Dunzo. Ready to go. Well, most of weeks, since they don't fit a whole week anymore. I think we're looking alright. I like it. I think we might leave it there. Oh. Just reading your story about the dog. Lozzie, that's really funny. My cat used to find them in plant pots and just kind of poke them. Not Mitsu, my cat before Mitsu. Poke them and they would squeak. Oh yeah, the noisy minor birds are really mean to pets. Yeah, they really... Cat, 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 cat. It's very distinctive, the noisy minor cat alarm. Oh, Rachel, I'm so sorry. That is really traumatizing. That is really traumatizing. Well, we did it. We managed. We got through the technical difficulties. I peeled this Wednesday up a bit at the start to demonstrate how I had written the wrong days of the week down and had to fix it, and now it's annoying me that I peeled it up a bit, so I'm just going to stick it back down. Glue pen to the rescue. Just have to hold it for a bit so it stays there. Cool, that's better. Now it's got fingernail imprints in it. That's okay. We can cope with that. Cool, we done. I will endeavour to do another live stream for the rest of the month. We'll have 2 more weeklies to do, but it depends on how the month goes. I will do my best. Thank you so much, everyone, especially for bearing with me at the start when I could not get my streaming software to stop crashing. I really appreciate your patience. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I hope it's a good one. I send you hearts. The only way that I know how to do hearts, because the way that Zoomers do hearts is really hard. And like, my fingers don't bend that way. So let's stay here. Yeah. Bye. My shoulder cracked again. I hope you enjoyed it.